Make copies and pass along truth until we reach millions despite censorship. I'm Melt. Make that video if you hijack call to me. Medical research being passed by, as well as a lot of folks selling their souls to be a part. Oh, hiding the truth about that. Make videos of your hijack calls to me and come see me in person, 4260 Eagle Rock Boulevard, apartment 409, Los Angeles, California, 90065. Look for a handsome bald guy on a sharp wheelchair. Tell us what you think about our hijacked lifelines, our AT&T livelihoods and lifelines. John of the Military Pitbull Project has a Catholic task force assembled. And he says, the Catholics have always been humored of the streets of the unseen business, whatever it is you call it. Wherever they are within the military, as top thugs, as phone company employees, as doctors in hospitals, they've always been humored. So apply a little pressure and they will tell you they haven't earned their positions, a lot of them. What else they're doing to be in the way of Jesus' immaculate house? October Saints 1, my first trip through the month in Old English instead of that original font I designed this image with, and a few changes here and there. Got a saint that needs an image? Try to call me, 424-229-4140 to tell me what you believe. To tell me about that saint that needs an image. Make the video, whatever you get when you don't get me, not one Flight 93 check call in over a decade of asking. Come see me in person. Walk past anyone who perhaps has a job leading a faith and is not doing their job, the exact opposite, actively participating in America's hijacked lifelines, the world's hijacked lifelines. Get it on video, come see me, tell me all about that saint. He's a member of the Politburo and a member of his family. I needs to go to the hospital, and he's arguing with them, trying to get that paramedic ambulance there. And amid all the yelling and get that ambulance here kind of stuff, someone comes on the line and says, "Niet, you have displeased the Pope." Pope's assembling those papal states worldwide. Make that video of your hijack call to me worldwide. And get the corrupt, cowardly California ducks on video left and right. So Randall calls up the Pope. And he says, "You told me you wanted to listen in on this. Here you go. Your Holiness." And yes, it's a member of another faith. They're trying to call that fire engine, those cops, that paramedic ambulance. And the Pope, he laughs up a storm. Tommy, no armed Chinese fella, has just walked into a room where a man in a suit, is speaking to a whole lot of folks. He says, I don't want to be caught by surprise. You find out where else the Pope has Catholic Randall Stevenson hijacking America's lifelines and other churches' lifelines as well, hijacking the world's lifelines. Want to know where they're doing that? The Catholic doctors are doing what they did with Dignity Health and the one and only Melt. Stone Cold Mountain John Milton Brady. I want to know when their businessmen are being underhanded, when their cops are being thugs, harassing a man in a wheelchair, glaring him down. Well, I wasn't in the wheelchair yet, but outside the cathedral, Archbishop Gomez. Get to work, guys. I don't want to be caught by surprise. And Tommy walks up to him and he says, what the hell happened to your arm, son? And Tommy says, oh, it's a long story. That's the Pope's very subdued hatred noise. We are in a Catholic hospital. And a man, who knows, heart attack or accident. But the ER Doc Spaghetti, Catholic doctor, has looked him up on the Papal Computer Network, and yeah, he looks at him as he's trying to sweep something under the rug, and he says to the man injecting that syringe, you have displeased the Pope. I'll give your best to your wife, your widow. I'm Milton. And this is my chest imagery. Find 30,000 plus replica card photos. Prepared as 4x6 prints. You want the larger size. You're going to have to size them up yourself. But yeah. Find 30,000 plus examples of Milton's graphic art. Print them out, they make good tabletop images. And yes, that is both of our AT&T livelihoods and lifelines. Try to call me right now. See the devil. Stealing your call. Make a video of that. Post. Then ask a Catholic priest today why you can't reach Milton and what the Pope's part is in that. Here's siren. 911. Flight 93. Checking posting 5. Trying to call me, Milton. Not one Flight 93 check call in over a decade of asking. Get it on video. Time on your phone. Date in your video, my number dialed. That's the tree out front of here in that direction. You got Randall Stevenson. Catholic Randall Stevenson's bloody handed phone game. Make that video, post that video. And don't forget Catholic Governor Newsom. Impeached because we can't reach, recall because we can't call Milton. 424-229-4140. I'm Milton. No, I'm not a palm. Those are my eyes, changing eyes, growing a new pair. Gotta grow a whole new body. Build Jesus' immaculate house. Here on earth. Pick up your phone in front of every Catholic priest and every other religions, other faiths. Try to call me and see Not one Flight 93 check call in over a decade of asking, not one. Check of the world's lifelines in those 11 years. Well, the devil working in vestments, is that what you call them? Collars, habits, working in folks who should be doing the exact opposite of what they're doing. See them holding back the progress of true believers, the progress of mankind. Mormon cult, Muslim cult. Of course, handsome bald guy. I have a hard time doing two things at once, unless it's talking to attractive blonde girls. But you expect those folks, not the Catholics. There have been a lot of good popes over the years. As this one, why are you in the way of the world's progress? And if he says, oh, it's complicated, you tell him, no, it's not. It's right over there at the door. He's there 24/7 as your Catholic cowards run in and out of Eagle Rock 24/7 to impersonate him. It's called fraud. You don't get to call it something special because of who you are. Make that video, post that video, come see me in person, have wit, will travel. Show me the perfect place to build. Jesus is immaculate house, best people to start building with, but you gotta see me in person to do that. Northern Los Angeles, Eagle Rock is. No skyscrapers up here. Look for the intersection of York and Eagle Rock, you're close. Look for that small Target, and right across the street from it, this side of El Paso, is a Shell, and then there's a Vet, and then there is Teague Terrace. Woke me up this morning, active in America's Hijacked Lifelines with coordinated military style harassment that the Pope uses worldwide. Look for those Catholic cowards in the militaries worldwide, and police being thugs worldwide, and being doctors using that Hippocratic oath as toilet paper. Look for them and all professionals of the Catholics holding back the progress of individual countries, entire faiths, and truth. Get it on video post. Come see me in person. Let's get started building a better world. Whenever you hear the Pope's hatred backup noise, and that's not as loud as it can get, not by far, get that chant going at all Catholic Governor Newsom. Photo ops. LA Mayor Garcetti as well. Impeached because we can't reach, recall because we can't walk. Can't call. Oh, I'm a handsome bald guy. I have trouble doing two things at once. Make that video, and you try to call me in front of every priest worldwide, not just in California. Bishop as well. Ask him, why is your church active in America's Hijacked Lifelines, the world's Hijacked Lifelines? Why are your cop thugs going worldwide as well? I'm Milton, and this is some of my graphic art. The flowers, got skylines. Check them all out at some of these sites, like Milton for imagery there. Download, print out what you like, remember to print some for your family and friends, laminate to last longer,
couple of paper clips, some tape, and you've got some tabletop art. Gold and I will keep you company on that desk, on that nightstand, on that tabletop. You got to see me in person if you want to be in Milton's imagery. Yes, the devil steals your calls. It's our Catholic, our Pope, our AT&T Catholic Randall Stevenson next door. Bought Spectrum. Still harassing Christian in a wheelchair. It's them holding back our livelihoods, our AT&T livelihoods, our AT&T lifelines, and our AT&T medical research being passed by. Get it on video. Try to call me up in front of a Catholic priest today. They got them everywhere. Some kind of scam. Millennia in the making, and ask them, why can't I reach Milton? When else will your Pope be hijacking our lifelines and livelihoods? I'm Milton. This is Gold, my motorized wheelchair. And this is my imagery. Oh, excuse me. I'm misspeaking a lot lately. I think my blue-eyed DNA vocal cords and my brown-eyed DNA vocal cords are fighting it out a lot lately. Skyline imagery, have Whitwood, traffic show the perfect place to build. Jesus is a immaculate house, best people to start building with. See me in person. Look for the sharp wheelchair upon which there is a handsome bald guy. He had gold asked that he have a top billing every once in a while. Get a contact card from me. You gotta do that in person. The devil, the Catholics and others, actively involved in holding back the progress of mankind. Make that video of you trying to call me in front of a Catholic priest today. Come see me. Have Whitwood Travel show the perfect place to build. Jesus is immaculate house. Put that first brick of truth in right now. Time on your phones. My number dialed. The date in the video. And you got a video of America's, the world's. Should have been doing that all along. The world's hijack lifelines. It is the world's hijack lifelines. Randall Stevenson works in who bought Spectrum. Catholic coward. Randall Stevenson, AT&T CEO, bought Spectrum to harass a Christian in a wheelchair. And he works in South America too, I believe. And everywhere's got phones, doesn't they? Find out what's in Europe and Canada and all those places, and yeah, in front of every Catholic priest worldwide. You try to call me. You ask them, why are you in the way of truth? The exact opposite of your job. Get their reaction to you not reaching me. Post. I'm Milton, son of a carpenter and Mary. Daddy carpenter worked on skyscrapers, Mom Marianne. I'm the son of a carpenter Mary. I get to tell parables. This is my sugar check. Apparently it takes a whole lot of blood, sugar. Oh, there goes those vocal cords again. A whole lot of blood, sugar. Son of a carpenter and Mary, sugar. It takes a whole lot of that to grow a new pair of eyes, whole new body. That's what I'm doing. To build. Jesus is immaculate house despite the Pope being in the way, being the exact opposite, being an anti-Pope, instead of being part of building a better world. He's a big guy. I don't want to wait. Let me I don't want to get anything bloody, and I wanted to show you the eye. The smaller browner circles there slowly disappearing, the bigger bluer circles growing in through and around. I'll show you with the flashlight soon. But let me get my sugar check done. $3.41. Let me show you guys. I'll make it quick. I got a lot to do. And yes, one of my computers, one on the internet is broken. So I'm working with the Old English, the plan of the devil's people within the Catholic Church that don't like that those saints' images. And yes, the Chinese aren't letting the computers work properly. High-tech toys, folks, maybe Catholics of the military or AT&T. Can be more lighter, brown, tannish, whitish, bigger blue eyes grown in through and around, medical research being passed by as Catholic, a Muslim, I think. Arthur Mesa gave me insulin poisoning. Doctor down the street just past York on the left. And then the Catholic Cowards of Dignity Health showed me they could control the pain. Yeah, the 8 times better than Dolpha. Worked about 2 hours, long enough for them to get me out of the hospital. And I get the impression, I go with my gut a lot. And they did that MRI in the basement, and because I was awake, and they expected me to be unconscious, as they were doing that MRI, the technician, the woman in charge down there, as these 2 guys put me on the MRI. Oh, an adult MRI. I had that trouble with LAC, USC, Keck Medical. Put me in the kids MRI. The Muslim guy, Mideast looking one who did the MRI there. But anyway, she said everything but the head. Bizarrely. I don't know what was going on with that, but I do know the Catholics were showing me the character. Come to see me in person, have Whitwood Travis show me the perfect place to build Jesus' immaculate house. These 30,000 graphic art photos are more than just my graphic art. They're my AT&T livelihood, your AT&T livelihood. Whatever you get when you don't get me. Excuse me. So hand out the 93 checks in particular, but anything with my number, and tell everyone. You try to call him up in front of every Catholic priest they have worldwide. You ask them, why is the Pope being in the way, being an anti-Pope? Maybe even being the Antichrist. Why is the Pope being in the way when we have a lot of work to do with this world? Build Jesus' immaculate house, those 1,000 points of light to inspire the future and the present to greatness. Get their reaction to your phone not working. And Randall Stevenson, Catholic Randall Stevenson, at least in America, altering phone records to cover up his crimes of hijacking to place cowardly Husseins in our White House right being attacked by a whole lot of cowardly Husseins, and now has the Oriental buffoon Russian guy. He's Presbyterian. From the look of him, I would have sworn he was Catholic.